What is up, guys? It's your boy Falcon back again, and today we're working on this 2003 Lincoln Navigator, and I'm going to show you how to replace the fuel pump. So you need to do this on your Lincoln Navigator or Ford Expedition. I believe it should be the same from like 03 to 06. That's when they changed body styles. So you need to do this on your vehicle. Stay tuned. Alright, as always, to start off, we need to make sure that we raise up the car from the frame, and we're gonna put jack stands on the frame. Here's the one in the front and the one in the back. There you go. We want to go ahead and disconnect the rear sway bar. It's just connected with 4 15mm nuts because the fuel tank it's right above that, as you can see it right here. Also, we have two Evap hoses right here. You can see them right there. It's one thicker one and a smaller one right above it. You can see them a little bit better right there. We also have the filler neck hose. We also gotta disconnect that. Here we have two fuel lines and one more Evap line. So now to take off that rear sway bar, like I said, is 4 15mm sockets or bolts. And I always like to get everything loose first by hand and then take it completely off with a power tool. Once you take off the 4 bolts, you can just let it hang there. It won't hurt anything about it. Now to make the job easier, I like to clean the hoses where it gets connected, like the Evap lines and the fuel lines. You can actually see it after I clean it here. You can see the green tabs. Those green tabs, it has one tab on either side, and you're gonna press it from both ends. You're gonna press it in and then just pull it out, and it should be able to snap out. Same thing with the upper hose. It has the same thing. It has 2 green tabs. There we go. Both Evap lines are disconnected now. Now to move on to the front fuel lines. Same thing. I want to clean up the connectors to make sure that no dirt gets inside. And same thing. Right there we got the Evap one. 2 green tabs. Push them in. These 2 fuel lines are a little bit different as far as the connectors. I'm going to show you a clip of how I disconnected them on the actual fuel tank. That way you can see it a little bit closer. But it's the same procedure on these 2 lines right here. Alright, so these 2 connectors are the same thing, but here you can see it more clearly. So you have the tab, you pull the tab off, and then on either side you push inwards. It has a little clip, so it kind of goes in and to the other side. Same thing with the other side, just pull it out. After you do that, you can be able just to pull the hose off. Next, these 2 straps are what holds the fuel tank up. And these ones are held up by 13mm bolts. We got one back here and one up here. And I'm going to be using my floor transmission jack to put it right in the middle of the fuel tank, so I can lower it very slowly. On top of the fuel tank we have one more hose and one connector to pull it down. That's the only 2 connectors that we have up there. So the straps here, we can just push them out of the way. And then we're gonna lower the fuel tank a little bit so we can get to the connector and that other hose. So here the connector, it has a clip to the frame, so we just snap it off of there. And then we take the connector from the harness and the fuel tank. So you just press on the tab and you pull it off, and that's it. So now to position yourself where you can actually get to that upper smaller hose, It has a 6mm bolt holding it with a clamp, so you just gotta get your hand in there and a 6mm small wrench so you can get it out. Here I swap my transmission jack for regular jack because he has more space, so I can lower the fuel tank slowly. Here's the fuel tank outside. Here we have the 3 lines that go in the front, the 2 fuel lines and the 1 evap line. And this is what I'm talking about. The green tabs just press them in. That's the one I had trouble with, that small one. Then you have the 2 evap lines on the back. So now I'm going to drain the fuel tank. To do this, it has a little check valve on the filler neck, so you press it in with a flathead screwdriver. Just be careful. Here I'm gonna go ahead and take off this heat shield. The strap was already broken on this heat shield, so that's why I went ahead and removed it. I moved the evap lines just to give me some more room, but if that strap is not broken on yours, you really don't have to remove it. So then I just pick up the fuel tank with that check valve open with my screwdriver, and I should be able just to pour it out like that. So now once again, to remove those fuel lines from the fuel tank, same thing, clip goes out, you press the tab in till it goes to the other side, then you go to the other side. You should be able to do it with your hand, and then you should be able just to pull it out. Same thing on the other line. Now to remove the fuel pump neck or brace, there's really 2 ways to do this. You can use a hammer and a flathead screwdriver and hit it gently and then twist it to the left, and it should loosen up. You can see it here moving. It's actually already coming loose. Or if you have the proper tool, is this tool right here. Basically clamps up to the little plastic tabs, and then you just twist it and you should be able to come off. But again, you really don't need the tool if you don't have it. You can just use a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. With it off, we can go ahead and just pull the fuel pump out. Make sure that we replace this gasket right here. It should come in the kit of the new fuel pump. That's the fuel level sensor. Now if you look at the fuel tank and the fuel pump, it has 2 tabs. That's one side, which is a little bit bigger, and the other side is a little bit smaller. So here's the bigger side and the smaller side. This is the part number I use for the fuel pump. And here is a side by side of both of the fuel pumps. Here we're making sure they're the same thing, connectors and everything. So now to put in the new fuel pump, make sure that we replace this gasket with a new one. The new fuel pump did come with a new gasket, so just make sure that you use that. You don't want to put everything back on and then have an evap leak. When you're putting it back on, the fuel level sensor goes first and then everything else. And then check your guides, so make sure that the fuel pump is facing the correct way. And then when you push it down, because you'll feel the spring of the pump on the bottom. And there it goes. So now we're gonna put the brace back on. We're gonna screw it back into place. Once it goes in a little bit, you can either use the tool if you have it, or you can use, same thing, a hammer and a screwdriver. Just very careful if you use the hammer and a screwdriver. Now we clean off our connections. and to put the hoses back in. Both of the hoses are different. One of them is slightly bigger than the other one, so there's really no way to put it in the wrong spot. Put the small one in the small spot and the big one in the bigger spot. You put it in, you push the tab from the back forward, you hear the click, and then you just put the clip back on the front and you're good, you're secure. Here comes the fun part, putting your fuel tank back on. Just be very patient. This hose up here is the one that I struggle with a lot. There is no room up there. You just gotta put it back in, be patient. Don't forget about your connector. There it goes. So now to connect the two front fuel lines and your one evap line, same thing. You should be able just to put the green evap line just all the way in. If the evap line, especially if it doesn't go in, you might want to put a little bit of grease around the neck of it, and it should be able just to slide right in. Two front fuel lines, put them in, snap them on just like we did on the fuel tank. These are the two rear evap lines, and we have the fueler neck for the fuel tank. Don't forget to connect your rear sway bar. Just push it back into place. Put your 4 nuts. As you guys can see, that's how you replace the fuel pump on a 0304 Lincoln Navigator 4 Expedition. It's the same procedure. Now just work your way back. If you're stuck anywhere, just look at the video. And doing reverse order, the part that I had the most trouble with was that small hose that goes on the top. Not the main fueler hose, but the other one. There's like no room on the top of the tank, so just be patient and work on that, and it's all fixed. Alright guys, so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell for me, share the channel. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. You guys have yourselves a great day.